So in my last video, I talked about carbines. I specifically went into carbines. Now, carbines are a whole world on its own. So I did a video on that. Now, I couldn't go into everything else in that video because it would have been like a 5-hour video of me talking about stuff. So I'm trying to break it down so you guys can click on the video that you want instead of clicking on the video that just clicking on an hour-long video and trying to search through it just to find one thing. So in this video, I'm going to talk about pistols. I'm going to talk about guns that maybe people don't really think of, like battle rifles, anti-material rifles, sniper rifles, whatever. So straight away, you have you have a good set of pistols as an NC player. What you really want to be doing is you want to be sticking with the standard pistol. So the mag shot is a really strong, solid choice. That's really what it is. There's no question about it. You don't need to buy any other pistol. You could stick with this pistol. But say, for example, as a new player, you want to expand your arsenal and you want to maybe move into something else. So what choices are out there? Well, the LA8 Rebel is a really strong choice. Really good gun. I would recommend getting that after. Another thing you could use is the Commissioner or the Underboss. Now these are two different weapons. The reason why these are different, kind of similar but different. Now this Underboss has a faster reload. I think it has a reload of 3.5 seconds. This has a reload of 4 seconds to 3 seconds. This has a 2.5 to 3.5 reload. So these are different. Now, Commissioner does more damage and the Underboss does less damage. So it's up to you. People tend to pick the Underboss as a secondary just because really you're picking the pistol out. So if you fire your weapon, you run out of ammo, you pull the pistol out and yeah, you shoot it. Now with these sort of pistols, you want to be really accurate. Now to get really accurate with these sort of weapons, people tend to pick like laser sight. They tend to pick the laser sights just because you don't really need to aim down the weapon. You could just do that and there you go. So it's there nonetheless, and yeah, these are really good. So if you can aim, pick these. The Pilot is also a strong choice. Pilot's really good. It's a burst fire pistol, but really useful. So I'd recommend getting the Pilot, the NS45 Pilot, which is there. Obviously I have the other variant, which I got over Christmas for doing a Christmas directive. But I'm just, they're all the same. It's just a reskin, really. So stuff like this, the NS61 Emissary. Now the NS61 Emissary is a gun that you would pick to keep you alive, say if you was using a battle rifle. So say you was using a battle rifle or a sniper rifle, you would use it to pick as a secondary to really defend yourself. Now the sniper rifle is called a sniper rifle, but it really should be the anti-material rifle. These are used, now they can only be picked by the engineer, but these are used to kill maxes. They do a lot of damage to maxes. They also do a lot of damage to vehicles. Now they're not OP by any means, but they're there. Most of the time they're really solid choices against maxes. So if you hit a max in there, it doesn't usually happen like that. That was a one-off. So let me just respawn. There you go. So yeah, you can't one-shot a max, but you could do a lot of damage to them. I don't think it's a 3-shot kill on a max. I don't think that's it, but I don't think it's a 2-shot kill even. Let me no. There you go. So yeah, 3 shots and he's down. I'm not sure how that would play out. They always seem to be a lot easier in VR. But anyway, about the anti-material rifle. So with this, you need to pick a good secondary. You need a strong secondary. This is because you've got no way to defend yourself with the anti-material rifle. With the Archer, you're going to struggle to kill infantry. You know, you're not going to be zooming in and doing this. You know, you're going to struggle. So having a good secondary is important. Now, with the anti-material rifle, I wouldn't really pick it that much. Should you get it straight off the bat, I would say no, don't pick it straight off the bat. There is other ways to kill maxes. You can kill them with tank mines, or you can kill them with C4. I would look at getting C4 to kill maxes instead, if you come across a lot of enemy maxes. But anyway, yeah, going back to this whole thing, I would get this if you need to defend yourself. It's kind of like a mini SMG. I think I've covered everything here, pistol wise. Now I'm going to talk a bit about battle rifles. Battle rifles are, as an engineer, you kind of get unlimited ammunition for battle rifles. This is more to utilize the underbarrel option. So with underbarrels, you've got smoke launcher and grenade launcher. You kind of get infinite. You really get infinite underbarrel stuff. Now, underbarrel stuff is not very useful in this game. I don't like using it. I don't use it at all. The reason why is because, like for a carbine, for example, if you pick the burst, Gauss compact burst, then it can be quite hard to use because you have to select fire modes, and you end up not knowing what fire mode you're in because it's all a big giant mess, and so on. Yeah, so I don't pick underbarrel stuff. I tend to leave it. Same with the battle rifle. The underbarrel stuff is useful, but I don't tend to use it that much. So yeah, I like the smoke. You could put smoke down. Do what you want, really. You get unlimited smoke, but I don't tend to use it that much. But it's there, and I have to talk about it. Now, the other battle rifle that I use quite a lot is this battle rifle. I use this quite a lot. As an engineer, you could sit at the back. You can put down your Spitfire turret, and you can sit at the back, kind of sniping. Really. What you want to be doing is equipping the flash suppressor, and your ammo really depends. You don't really need this. I don't use it very often. I put it on in training, I think, just to test it out. But I tend to run with no ammunition. I tend to run with flash suppressor, and I tend to run with either a 2x sight or a 4x sight, depending on what I'm doing. So 4x blue. So yeah. So this is a good gun, has nice reload, good for long range, good for long to medium range. So really in this guide, this is all I'm going to talk about. There's so much more to life really than just shotguns. People tend to pick shotguns a lot and go around shotgunning everybody. These I got from ASP. If you don't know what ASP is, you might want to check my video out on that. But yeah, you get these at level 100. You can have assault rifle access and LMG access. So shotgun, really, I have shotgun secondary. Now I always carry a shotgun. Shotguns are good versus heavy assaults. They can take down a heavy assault, depending. But generally, you want to pick a class like a heavy assault to deal with a heavy assault. Now this doesn't mean that you should pick heavy assault shotgun. You're really going around picking shotgun on an NG to keep yourself alive. So whether you're doing max, you're maybe keeping a max alive, and you need a shotgun to keep you alive because maybe the enemy's coming in and trying to kill you. You're trying to repair the max. Now you have to switch to your shotgun and blow the crap out of the enemy. Shotguns are really strong, but it's not always the case of running to the shotgun and unlocking it first. You don't need to unlock the shotgun first. Stick with your standard carbine. You get battle rifles and really the archer. You get them as you go along. You don't need to unlock these first as well. So yeah, so just throwing that out there. So SMG wise, I need to talk about this because it's important. Now the NS66 Punisher. The NS66 Punisher has the ability to heal friendlies with this. So let me just talk about it. So if I go over to a friendly, I think that's a friendly. Yeah, it is. So if you hit the friendly with it, you will see that it starts repairing. This is because it has an underbarrel grenade option. So if you go to infantry, so let me show you, NS66 Punisher, you can have the ability to equip two things. Now the weapon stats aren't great. They've got 143 damage at 8 meters and 84 damage at 75 meters. So you don't pick this gun to fight the enemy. You're gonna die. You pick this gun mostly for the underbarrel stuff. So let me just go to a terminal real quick and show you. So you can give yourself unlimited grenades, as you can see. There you go. So you get unlimited grenades. Now you can keep giving yourself grenades and you can keep repairing. Now these work on maxes. They work on any kind of vehicle. Sunderer. You're never going to use it to kill the enemy because the damage is really low and the gun isn't a great gun to use. I would never recommend buying it really, just for the actual gun itself. So here you could see I can have the underbarrel adaptive class. With this I can then pick 3 other classes. You can pick 3 other things. Generally I will always pick the extended mag. I don't really tend to fight with this weapon very often. I don't tend to fight with it. I tend to just use it for the underbarrel. That's it. Now you could pick different sights like the one-time sight, stuff like that. The one-time sight, the actual sights are bugged. They don't show on the gun for PS4 at the moment. So yeah, but I would generally pick the one-time sight. The one-time sight is like this. I would generally pick the extended mag or the laser sight. I would buy the underbarrel adaptive class. As you can see here, the underbarrel adaptive class is engineer, medic, light assault. You get different abilities depending on what class you pick it on. So if you use it on a heavy, it prevents mechanical targets from being repaired and so on. So yeah, obviously an engineer, it repairs and increases the maximum health of mechanical targets. So it gives them an extended health bonus. I think it's 10%, somebody said. Not sure on that, you'll have to do your research, but yeah. So I have to talk about this SMG because it's important on an engineer. So yeah. So you've got other SMGs you could pick. One SMG I would pick out of all of these is MGR S1 Gladius. Really useful on an engineer. I wouldn't pick the Cyclone. I don't like the Cyclone. I feel like the Cyclone is not a very good gun for the engineer. I mean, it has good time to kill. It does 167 damage at 6 meters, but I just don't use it that much. So yeah, I always pick the Gladius. Gladius is a really nice gun, really good gun. So yeah. So anyway, there's other stuff here like the Blitz and other stuff, the Tengu. I don't feel like I should be talking about them really. They're not something. The Tengu is like a mini shotgun really. At 6 meters you can get 50 damage, but it's more like a shotgun. So let me just show you quick. As you can see, fires like pellets. So yeah. So Tengu, really good gun. Really good gun. Shotguns are really strong. If you're going for a bruiser, say bruiser engineer, really strong. If you're supporting a max. SMG is also really strong. I would recommend the Gladius, really, out of all the SMGs. The Punisher is not a good like killing weapon. You can't get kills with it, but you can use the underbarrel. Mainly in vehicle play, I will use it. I will chuck this on a vehicle, chuck a repair grenade on a vehicle, and then start repairing. So yeah, battle rifle. The Tranquility is what you get with. You get it with red stuff. I'm not going to go into this, but you need to go to Sanctuary in order to unlock it. you can find it at Sanctuary. It's not very good. I don't use it. I prefer to pick the Warden or the Bishop. Sniper rifle, the Archer is good. That's also something. It's A7. That's what I'm thinking of. The red stuff is A7. So the NSAM8 short bow is it's not very good. I wouldn't recommend getting it. I would stick with the Archer if you needed to get an anti-max weapon. So yeah. So that's it for this video. I'm going to leave it now. I've talked a bit about alternative guns. Mostly pistols is what I wanted to cover in this. You need to stick to your carbines and find a good carbine. You want to get into your carbines more than picking SMG or whatever. Really, carbines are really strong in the game, especially NC carbines. So yeah, so I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to crack off. I'm going to head off and get some dinner, and I'll carry on with the guides later on. I hope you're enjoying these, and I'll see you soon, guys. Take care.